செரிகுருவரன் சிற்கையன் உவகையோர் உருவன் தன்னுள் உவப்பவன் கழிமூகத்தன் அவனையான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே. அவனையான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே. ஸ்ரீ அருணாச்சல அஷ்டகம். அறிவர் கிரியன அமர்தரும் அம்மா அதிசயமிதன் செயல் அறிவரிதார்க்கும் அறிவர் சிறுவயதது முதல் அருணா சலமிக பெரிதன அறிவினிலங்க அருகிலன் அதன் பொருள் அது திருவண்ணா மலையன ஒருவரால் அறிவுற பெற்றும் அறிவினை மருளுரு தருகினில் ஈர்க்க அருகுரு மமயமித சலமா கண்டேன் கண்டவனெவனென கருத்தினுள் நாட கண்டவன் நின்றிட நின்றது கண்டேன் கண்டன நின்றிட கருத்தெழவில்லை கண்டிலன் என்றிட கருத்தெழுமாறென் விண்டிது விளக்கிடு விரலுருவோனார் விண்டிலை பண்டு நீ விளக்கினை என்றால் விண்டிடாதுன்னிலை விளக்கிட என்றே விண்தலம் அசலம விளங்கிட நின்றாய். So here Bhagavan is narrating his own experiences. From early childhood onwards, this Arunachala Puranam was there for Bhagavan. This Arunachalam, he was thinking, should be something wonderful, something very divine, a mysterious sort of a feeling that this Arunachalam is something wonderful. So here he says, even after somebody telling me that Arunachalam is nothing but Tiruvannamalai, somehow it didn't strike that it is going to be a hill. So after that enlightenment, when he left his hometown and came here, when he approached closer to Tiruvannamalai, he saw the Lord to be in the form of a holy hill. Aruhuru mamayam idu asalama kanden. I saw it as a holy hill. Then Kandavanevana karuthinul naada. I asked myself, who is seeing? And then my mind withdrew. It sunk, it got absorbed. And then the mind didn't rise to say, yes, I have seen. If the mind is dead and gone, will it rise to say, I have not seen? So both is not applicable here. So even those days, you revealed this only through silence. If that is so, who else can reveal this? Through words. So this is the idea. If you yourself as Dakshinamurti could not reveal it, express it through words, then who else can reveal it through words? And in order to reveal yourself as the self, in the world you appeared as Arunachala, I suppose. So Amma yesterday she was saying, it's a question. In order to reveal yourself, have you appeared as Arunachala in the world outside? That also can be interpreted. Nindraya, avadi kuda kekala mari, we can interpret. It's a very beautiful interpretation. So, quietly, without uttering any word, you just appeared as infinite column of light. And then you appeared as the holy hill to proclaim to the world that this is it. This is Shiva Swarupam. That much authoritatively Bhagavan is saying, Shiva himself is Arunachala. Okay. Now we shall move on to the third verse. Ninnaya nuruvena enniye nanna Nilamisai malayenum நிலையினை நீதான் உன்னொரு அருவென உன்னிடில் விண்ணோக் உறவுல கலை தரும் ஒருவனை ஒக்கும் உன்னுரு உணலர உன்னிட முன்னீர் உரு சரு கரையுரு என உருவோயும் என்னையான் அறிவுரு என்னுரு வேரேது இருந்தனை அருணவான் கிரியன இருந்தோய் நின்னையான் உருவென எண்ணியே நன்னா நீலமிசை மலையெனும் நிலையினை நீதான் உன்னொரு அருவென உன்னிடில் விண்ணோக் உறவல கலை தரும் ஒருவனை ஒக்கும் உன்னொரு உணலர உன்னிட முன்னீர் உரு சரு கரையுருவென உருவோயும் என்னையான் அறிவுற என்னுரு வேரே இருந்தனை அருணவான் கிரியன இருந்தோய் நின்னையான் உருவென எண்ணியே நன்ன. I thought yourself to be a form. Ninnai means unnai, yourself. Yan means myself. So I thought yourself to be a uru, a form. Ena enniye nanna. I thought that way and I approached you. And nilamisai malayanum nilayinai needan. And you are standing here as a huge mountain, as a hill. I thought, see, God means what? He would be in a very Saumya Murtam, like Lord Shri Krishna, Narayana, Lord Shiva, Ambal. So I thought you are a particular form. And then I approached you. Here I see you as a Morattanamana, rocky mountain. You are not Saumya means very pleasant to see. Huge and also rocky, Karadu Morada. At least now there is greenery here. Earlier days it is all brown or red. Semmalai it is called, na? So here he says, when I thought you to be a form, you are now standing here as this huge hill. Vintala masalamai. Vintala masalamai means from the sky to the earth. You are so huge. Unnuru aruvena unnil. Suppose if I think yourself to be aru, formless, Then, if I meditate on you as formless, then here he is telling a very strange thing. He says, Vinnokku ura ulahalaitharum oruvanai okkum. Vinnokura. One fellow wanted to see what is space, not what is sky. See, Vinnokku means not the sky actually. Vin means space. So there is a difference between sky and space. Sky is only the ahasam, we say. But here space means what? Everywhere space. Space alone is everywhere. But this fellow wanted to see space now. And he traveled the whole world. Ulahalaitharum oruvanai okkum. And he was traveling whole world to see space. Meaning what? The space is everywhere. If you have the subtle eyes, you can see what is space. Is that not so? So Lord is all pervading, everywhere. But I want to see Him. If you say, it is like a fellow wanting to know or see space, he was traveling all over the world. Hey, where is space? My Guru said, there is space. Where is space? Where is space? Our Acharya used to say, you people have space only between the ears. Means no brain. Meaning, to see the space, if a person travels the whole world, how ridiculous it is. Alaitharum, ulahu alaitharum oruvanai okkum. It is like that. Because he is all pervading. Aru means in the formless form, he is all pervading. So, if you search for him, he is everywhere. He is all pervading. It is like trying to see the space, a fellow traveling all over. So everywhere he is. Even now and here he is. Not only in all beings, inside our own heart also he is. There is no where he is not. So if you go on searching for him, it is like a person wanting to see space, traveling all over the world. Space is here. Just see. Similarly, Atma, the self or the truth is here. Pratibodha viditam matam. Through every experience it is revealed. So it is here. See it. Why do you say that I want to go and search for him? It is like a person wanting to know space, traveling all over the world. See? How nice, na? And Unnuru unalara unnida. Unalara means what? Without thought, when I meditated on you. Unnida means when I meditated on you. Without thought means what? What is the source of thought? Thus inquiring when I dive deep. This is what called as unalara unnida. Without thinking, I thought. Unalara unnida. See? Without thinking, I thought about you. Ninayamal ninaindu. Padara vindathai paniyamal panindu. Ariyamal arinde nadi. So meaning what? Without thinking, you think about him. How without thinking you can think? Going beyond the thought, you abide in him. That is meditating. Ullatte ullabadi ullade ullal unar. Just to remain as the self in the heart, that is meditating on him. That is meditating on him. So, here he says, Unnuru, unalara unnida. I thought about you without thinking. What is this? Meaning, instead of thinking, I just remained in him. Chumma. What happened? Munir uru sarukkara uruvena uru oyum. Munir means I told you the other day only. The confluence of three waters. Means Atunir, Utunir, Vetrunir. That is Malai Neer. Meaning the water coming from the river and then from the spring, from within, and also the Malai Neer, the rain. So confluence of these three is called as ocean. So here Munir means ocean. Munir uru sarukkarai uru ena. When a sweet doll is immersed, when the sweet doll or the salt doll, whatever, when it is going deep to find the depth of the ocean, what will happen? what will happen? That doll will never be alive to tell you that the doll will dissolve. Is that not so? So when I try to find out the truth, when I dive deep within, it is not that, I have found out, Kande, see the Kande, Abdu Bandhu Salamato, like Hanumanji, I have seen. No, I will not be there to tell anything. So like that doll, salt doll, or here Bhagavan is saying sweet doll. Sarukkarai uru. Sarukkarai means sugar. Sarkkarai, sugar. Sharkarai uru means a doll made out of sugar. When it goes deep into the ocean to find out the depth, what will happen? It will perish. Similarly, what happened? Munnir uru sarukkarai uru yana uru oyum. I lost my own form. When I inquired who am I, and when I dive deep, instead of knowing what am I, my form itself perished. My form means as the ego sends, my form itself perished. I lost myself. How beautifully expressed. Ennayan arivura ennuru veredu. To know myself, is there any other form separate from you? See, to know myself, ennuru yan arivura. To know my own self, is there any form separate from you? Meaning, I am not separate from you. I am you and you alone. Therefore, I perished, and irundanai arunavan giriyana irundoi, and you remind, oh Arunava Giriye, oh Arunachala, you remind as the truth. I perished and you remind. As the only thing, as the only self, you are always shining. Irundoi. Vidangi. Irundanai arunavan giriyana irundoi. So, Arunava giriyana irundoi. Oh Arunachala, you alone remind as myself. When I try to inquire, what is my true self? Without thinking, but actually keeping the attention and diving deep, I lost my form. Is there any form for me other than your form? So when I perished, only you remained. How beautifully expressed. So when I identify with my body, and I thought God also to be a form, yes, you appeared in front as Arunachala. For Bhagavan, there is only one God, that is Arunachala. Eka bhakti visishyate. Devotion to one. Always that is better, Instead of, devoted to everything, devoted to one. Our Acharya, our Guruji used to say, if you don't stand for one, you will fall for everything. If you don't stand for one, you will fall for everything. How beautiful is this saying. Swami Tejamayanji used to say, if you don't stand for one, for a cause, for dharma, for the truth, if you don't stand, you will fall for everything. You compromise and you fall for everything. So if you are attached or if you are devoted to one, it is wonderful. So if I seek myself, what is my Guru? Instead if I think you are Aru and meditate, it is like a person trying to search for the space, going around everywhere. Space is very subtle, you cannot see it with your eyes. Similarly, the Aru means it is very, very subtle. And it is all pervading. What is there to see? It is you. So, the only way out is, if you inquire, Ninayamal Ninaindu, means without thinking, if you meditate on him as your own self, or you inquire and abide, there what happens? Yanaduru, Munni Sarukkarai, Uru Yana Oi. Meaning, like the sweet sugar doll, which goes inside the ocean, my form, it disappeared. And what remained? Only you. Arunachala, you alone remained as the self, shining as I. But in Gita it is said, as long as you identify with the body and you think you are the form, it is very hard to meditate on a formless. It is very, very difficult, and it is almost torturing oneself. It is very difficult. So as long as you are very much identified with the form and you take yourself to the form, the better way is to approach God with a form. Saguna Upasana. And worship Him. Develop devotion towards Him. Do japa, dhyana and all. And slowly, when your body identification loosens, then the idea of God also changes in you. Instead of Him remaining in the one form, you see Him everywhere. Ennuru yavum irayuruvamena enni valibadal. In all the eightfold forms, 8 forms. In the Akasha, in the Vayu, in the Agni, in the Apaha, in the Prithvi, and the Surya, Chandra, in the Jiva. Like that you see Him everywhere. Slowly when you lose the idea of your form, then you will appreciate the Lord also as a formless one, everywhere. But with the identification of the body, if you try to imagine as a formless one, it is very hard, it is almost impossible. Though He is formless, though He is all-pervading, the mind cannot hold on to the formless. So a form is given. Because He can take any form. That is the logic. Who can stop Him? If you can take a form, why not Him? That is the logic. You understand? But the other people belong to other religion, they say, oh, you cannot worship Him in form. He is formless. But you identify with your form means, how can you imagine Him without form? Very difficult. It is, it's more abstract. It has no meaning. So, when you lose your body consciousness, then you appreciate Him as the all-pervading. Otherwise, it is like the person trying to see space growing everywhere. When you try to meditate on a formless, you will reach nowhere. With the body identification, with the mind, you cannot, very hard to meditate on formless. Or probably you can contemplate like this. Achintyam avyaktam ananta rupam. Like that, the ideas you can contemplate, which can uplift your mind. But if you meditate as Him as a formless, where will the mind go? So that is why this example is given. A person wanting to see space, roaming everywhere. So instead, if you inquire, who am I? Unalara unnida. Without thinking of anything else, if you think or if you keep your attention only on the self, then like the sugar doll, going inside the ocean, the mind also just disappears. The Jiva Bhava disappears. So, do I have got any form other than your form, O Lord? I don't have any other form other than your form. I don't have any other will other than your will. See, this is surrender. Therefore, you alone remain. Ekanai Vadini Duri. Ekanai Vadini Duri. Meaning what? You live long. After killing me, you live long. You live long. So, I will die. There Lord alone lives. Means the self alone shines as I. In that only is our emancipation. As long as the ego sense is asserting, there is samsara and is dukkha only. There is bondage only. The ego sense can never be removed by any other means except total surrender to the Lord or inquiring into the true self. See, even traditional Vedanta also, the inquiry into true self only. What is Anatma, what is Atma? The discrimination. The Anatma and Atma. And then slowly you try to reach the Atma Vastu. That is Jnana Margam. Bhakti Marga means total surrender. Everything is yours. I am yours. Your will is my will. Inbadu enakku. That is my joy. Oh Lord, you take care of everything. I don't know anything. I don't want bhukti or mukti. Nothing I want. I want only devotion to your holy feet. Let the devotion swell in my heart to your holy feet. That is all I want. See, I tell you, that is beautiful. That kind of devotion is really beautiful. Very rare. So, you lose yourself in Him. See, even in the worldly love, if the lover and the beloved, if they lose themselves, so here, is there any form apart from your form for me, O Lord? Therefore, after me perishing, you alone remain, O Lord. Okay. So moving on to the வீடு தடுத்திட தெய்வம் இருட்டினை விளக்கெடு தடுத்திடலே கான். See, இன்ப I'm telling you, இன்பத்தேடு தடுத்திடலே கான். இருந்தொழிர் உணரி உறுத்திடற்கென்றே இருந்தனை மதந்தோறும் விதவித உருவாய் இருந்தொழிர் உனை அறிகிலரெனில் அன்னோன் இரவியின் அறிவரு குருடரே ஆவார் இருந்தொழிர் இரண்டர எனதுளத் தொன்றாய் இணையரு அருணமாமலையெனும் மணியே அருணமாமலையெனும் மணியே இருந்தொழிர் உனை விடு தடுத்திட தெய்வம் ஈருட்டினை விளக்கெடு தடுத்த அடுத்திடலே கான் விளக்கெடு தடுத்திடலே இருந்தொழிர் உனை அறி உறுத்திடற்கென்றே இருந்தனை மதந்தோறும் விதவித உருவாய் இருந்தொழிர் உனை அறிகிலரெனில் அன்னோன் இரவியின் அறிவரு குருடரே ஆவான் இருந்தொழிர் இரண்டர எனதுளத் தொன்றாய் இணையரு அருணமாமலையெனும் மணியே இருந்து ஒளிரும் உனை. See, nobody can express it this beautifully. Sat Chit is expressed as irundu olirum. Irundu means what? Remaining as oneself. Irundu olirum illuminates everything or shines by itself. Shines by itself. That is called as Sat Chit. So, but Bhagavan has expressed in two words. Irundolir. Irundu means just being, remaining as oneself. Olir means it is illumined by itself. There is no other knowledge required to know this. It is illumined by itself. Irundolir unai viduthu aduthirar deivam. See, leaving you aside, if I go in search of some other God in the world, see, you are the real God who is in my heart as Sat, Irundu, Chit, Olirundu, meaning shining. And forgetting you or not bothering about you, if I go into the world in search of other gods, unai viduthu aduthirar deivam. If I go in search of other gods, irutinil vilakkedu taduttalegan. It is like a person trying to search for darkness with light. Meaning, it is like a person trying to search for darkness using a torchlight or using some lamp or something. When the light comes, the darkness should depart, should run away. So, when you are there, as the true self, the true God, what is the meaning of other gods? See how beautiful it is. The example given is excellent. How can you try to find out darkness using your headlight? With the headlight he is searching for something. What are you searching? I am searching for darkness. can he ever find? So, irundolir. So, this is the real God, who is the truth. So, without seeing him or without knowing him, if you go and search for a God somewhere, it is how stupid it is. It is as stupid as trying to search for darkness with a lamp. Oh, I tell you, if you contemplate on this point, it is so beautiful. See, நம்ம எல்லாரும் அரிசியை விட்டுட்டு உமியை தான் மில்லிட்டு இருக்கோம். Leaving out the actual rice, we are eating the husk. So, irundu olirginra, that self which is just as Sat and Chit, that is the truth. And without knowing it or without trying to understand or know it, if you go and search for some God somewhere with your own fanciful ideas about God, we all have our fanciful ideas about God. ஒரு சில பேர் திடீர்னு இன்னும் வேப்பலை எடுத்துட்டு பாபாபான்னு டான்ஸ் ஆடுறாங்க. That is how you have to propitiate God. I don't know. And so many different ways of worshipping God. That is all fine. But still, if you get lost in the world, searching for God, having God in your own heart, as your own self, which is Sat and Chit, irundu olirginra, அதை விட்டுட்டு, if you search for some God, it is like searching for darkness using a lamp. Is that not so? At the same time, Bhagavan is very compassionate. He says here, irundolir unai arivuruthuvadarkendre. In order to show you the true self, which is in the heart, irundanai madandorum vida vida uruvai. You remind us different gods in each religion. In vida vida uruvai means what? In different forms, with different names. You alone are existing in all these religions, whichever religion. What for? To indicate the self inside. So, in order to indicate the true self inside only, you are there in all religions in different forms. Forgetting the self, if one is holding on only to the name and form, இது அரிசியை விட்டுட்டு உமியை திங்கிற மாதிரி. Meaning forgetting the rice or leaving aside the rice. If you take husk, umina husk la, if you eat only the husk, how foolish it is. So, in different religion, if different gods are spoken, it is only to indicate the real God within. Since we are unable to appreciate the subtlest thing inside, then or uruvahapaduthi, then given a form and name, and it is there in each religion. That is there to help you to go within. That is the aid, or that is the alambana, support given in the world outside for you to catch hold of that and go inside. And without forgetting all those things, if you hold on only to that and say Krishna Rama Govinda, Krishna Rama Govinda, you give me that, you give me that, I will give you this, you will give me that. I will break 108 coconuts on your head only. And you give me all these things. Not only, see, it's okay, who else we can go and ask. But this barter system is very cheap. As if God doesn't have anything, you have to give him. What an arrogance, huh? Tere tujko arpana. Na, that is na. It's all yours. What can I offer to you? I can only proclaim as this dirty ahankara as mine, and which is useless anyway. And it's not there also. How can I offer that to you? Yeah, ghost, how can I offer it to you? I cannot offer anything to you. Everything is yours. So this is the barter system is really painful. So all the gods, different gods, either Rama, Krishna, Govinda, or Allah, or Father in the heaven, or in the hell, whatever. Every god is there in different religion only to indicate the self, which is Satchit. See how beautiful Bhagavan, na? He is not mincing words here. He is not mincing words. So what is he saying? Irundolir unai arivuruthuvadarkendre. Arivurutthudar means what? To indicate the real thing. To point out to the real self only. All these forms are there in different religion. Irundanai madandorum. Madam means in different religion. Vida vida uruva, in different forms. You are worshipped in different forms in different religion only to take the attention towards the self. Other than the self, you cannot realize anything. Whatever you realize is your own mind's projection. Because it comes under Triputi and it is mind stuff only. So therefore, only transcending the mind, what you can experience is your own self only. இருந்து ஒளிர்கின்ற அந்த ஆன்மாவை மட்டும்தான் உணர முடியும். Without the intervention of any instrument, you can only realize your own self. Whenever an instrument comes in between, that distorts everything. Because every instrument has got an LC, least count. Least count means what? Beyond this you cannot measure. That is least count. So if your instrument is faulty, how can with the instrument you can know the absolute? With a faulty instrument, how can you know the absolute? You can never. You have to drop all the instruments and then be there. There the absolute is revealed. So with the eyes, with the mind, whatever you see, whatever you imagine is nothing but imagination. Like the dream. It is nothing but a dream. Yes, all those things are there for a purpose. Yes, he can come in that form, he can bless you, you take his help. Everything is fine. But then, whatever said and done, one has to abide in the self, source. Then only the absolute is realized or it is revealed. That is what he is saying. இருந்தொழில் உனை அறிவுறுத்துதற்கென்றே இருந்தனை மதந்தோறும் விதவித உருவாய். இருந்தொழில் உனை அறிகிறனில். See, it is so obvious. My own self. நான் இருக்கேங்கிறது இருந்துட்டே இருக்கு. It is always there in my heart, shining as I. If I say, I don't know him, then what it means? இரவியின் அறிவரு குருடரே ஆவார். Meaning the sun is shining. If you are unable to, you are blind. Is that not so? Sun is blazing. Where is it blazing? Where is it blazing? If you say, are you blind or what? So the self is shining as I in the heart, as your own self, and you say, I came, I went, I did, blah, 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 I, you say. And then you say, I don't know myself. What is this I? It's all abstract. I don't know. If you say that, it is like, where is the sun? I don't see it. Means you are blind. So, if you say that I don't know the self, it means you are spiritually blind. Meaning what? It is very obvious. நொய்யார் தமக்கும் உளக்கையாமலகணி பொய்யாயொழிய மிக மெய்யாய் உளதான்மா. Even the fruit in the hand, it is nothing compared to the self. That is so obvious, so evident. If you say, I don't know it, I don't realize it, it is like saying, I am not able to see the sun. In the midday, if you say, I am not able to see the sun, then you must be blind only. So if somebody says, I am not able to realize the truth, or I am not able to see the self, இருந்து ஒளிர்கின்ற அந்த தன்னை அறிய முடியவில்லை என்றால், அப்போ நீ குருடனாக தான் இருக்கணும். நீ அகக்குருடன். You are not able to see him means you are blind. And here he says, இருந்தொளிர் இரண்டர எனதுள்ள தொன்றாய். O Lord, now you remain in my heart as Sat-Chit, as the pure self which is shining as I. Let you shine in my heart. This is actually the prayer sort of thing. Irundu olir. This is the prayer. We are asking the Lord, let you remain in my heart as the Sat, as the Chit Swarupam. Irundu olir. Irandara. One rai. As non-dual. Not as two. I and the rest, the world. No. Irandara. Only as the self. Where there is nothing other than self. Onrai irundolir. Inayaru arunama malayanum maniye. Inayaru means no parallel. Oppuyarvatra. You cannot compare him with anything. Inayaru arunama malayanum maniye. Here it is said maniye means, money means what? It is gem or a Swayam Prakash, diamond. Swayam Prakash. He is He is self-effulgent. That is why he is called as Maniye. By its own light it shines. Aruna, என்ன சொல்றார்? இணையரு அருணமா மலையனும் மணியே. Aruna Mamalai. Mamalai means what is the best among the mountains, the chief among the mountains. Maniye, ஓ ஸ்வயம் பிரகாஷ்னே. அப்படிதான் அம்மா போட்டிருக்காங்க. கனகம்மாள் ஸ்வயம் பிரகாஷ்னே தான் போட்டிருக்காங்க. ஸ்வயம் பிரகாஷனே மணியே. So you shine in my heart as the self, not as two, as myself and something else, as only myself. When there is ego, always there is perception of duality. Myself versus the rest. When the ego perishes, there is only the self. There is nothing other than the self. How? Don't howl. Why? Don't wail. Go and see yourself. Nobody can tell you, nobody can explain you better. You yourself go and see. For that, you should go. For that, you should go. When you go, Lord enters. As long as you are the dirty person, as long as you are there, Lord will never want to even step inside. First you depart. You go, then Lord will come. So beautiful, I tell you, I am enjoying it. I don't know, because the Tamil also is so beautiful, the idea is so beautiful, and it's wonderful. So, if you think there is some other God apart from the self, you know what? It is like searching for darkness with the light. The light itself is everything. With the light, darkness departs. So, with this self, who is searching for God? The self. Who is God? The very self is the God. Pavam, that God is searching for some other God. The real God is searching for a pseudo God, false God. Turn within, you are the God. The atheist would really rejoice hearing this. Turn within, you are God. There is no other God apart from you. The atheist would be very happy. This is what I have been telling always. There is no God. And what is you? I am this. You are mistaken. Not this. Well, what am I? You go beyond everything. You lose yourself. You die. Then I don't believe in this philosophy also. No. This is very difficult, very hard. And somehow I feel this is not the right philosophy. You die. What is happening? So when I die, after I die, if there is God or no God, how does it matter? See, I tell you, if there is a God, and he will not do anything to you, let us say, he will not bless you with anything, he will not give anything to you, he will not protect you, will you ever go to that God? You will never go to that. Why? You go to God only for yourself. You go to God only for yourself. Not for God's sake you go to God. You go to God only for yourself, your sake. If there is a God who will not be helping you, who cares about that God? Let the God go to hell. So, we are not worshipping God, we are worshipping ourselves. It is all puja here, not there. Though we do puja there, it is all here. That God will give me something, the hope is there. At least He will protect me. If not, at least He will give me moksha. He will not give you anything. Forget about it. Then, who wants that God? Therefore, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Please understand, for ourselves only we are living. For ourselves only we are dying. We care only about ourselves. We don't care about anybody, including God. We don't care about anybody. This is the truth. Nidarsanamana unmai. So that me is actually false, which when I enter with the body mind. But when you transcend, there is another self which is the truth. That is auspicious, because in that alone remains. And you see oneness. You don't see different things. You see everything as the self. That is auspicious. There is true love. There is true compassion. So, இப்படி சொல்லாம சொல்லிட்டார். Bhagavan has said. And to indicate this truth only, God has been given form, worshipped in name and form, in different religion. Not to assert that God is there sitting somewhere, to indicate that He is here. All those external aid, external, if you hold on to that name and form without understanding anything inside or anything about the truth, it is all hollow. So your religion is very hollow. That is why intellectuals are not able to appreciate it. Because they are intellectuals. How can they appreciate a hollow religion? Only they appreciate the self-aggrandizement. Swaha, everything swaha. That only they can appreciate. I am there, I want to eat everything. That is what the intellectuals can appreciate, only that. But you have to go beyond that also. That selfishness also. You have to go beyond oneself also. To reach the truth. So you have to renounce your own self to reach the true self. That is the tyagam, real tyagam. That is the real sacrifice. See, but you know what? For the Pamar Janam, for the ordinary man in the world, if you talk all this philosophy, he will not understand. If he doesn't understand this, if you don't give him any support in the form of God, he will go astray. Already he has gone astray. See, our Rishi Munis, out of compassion, they have given all these methods of worship, the temple, the stotras, everything to help the ordinary man. Only very few, rare people can understand such things. 0.0001% can understand. See, I was going all throughout Bharatadesha this June, July, Ramana Vichara Yatra. When you go everywhere, you see people very, Pamara. Pamara means not knowing anything. So you see the villagers, you see others. So you see the villagers who come here, they don't know about anything. They know only about things. You work, you earn your money, you eat, you enjoy, you sleep. And something you save for your children. That much they know. And sometimes they are a little scared about, doing something wrong, then you will get punished. That Papa Punya idea is there. Definitely it is there everywhere. But apart from that, very hard to tell about the self and all. So to help the masses, this is the way. So the temples are built. So the Lord is worshipped. And it is also true that the Lord can take any form. It is not that only that. The Lord can take any form and bless you. He has blessed the whole mankind. So therefore it is there. But forgetting that, you build stories upon stories upon stories. Ivan mama, ivan machna, ivan kolundiya, avan ipdi senjitan, apdi senjitan, adichitan, pudichitan. And you propagate only that as religion. Yeah, your generation may appreciate it, but this generation will not appreciate it. They will ask you too many questions. Old and worn out religion, we cannot help the modern generation. Only with this Atma Vichara you can help the generation. So that's why I am saying, the future is only Bhagwan. Because in Bhagwan's philosophy, you need not believe in anybody, anything above your head or below your feet. You do not believe in anything. Do you believe in yourself? Yes, I do believe in myself. There you start. Find out who you are. You have been misunderstanding yourself. And you reach your own self. Full stop. And there is no talk about God. You start from yourself and reach yourself. And keep him waiting. Let him wait. Let him take care of himself. You take care of yourself. How wonderful. So our Anvesh is so happy. He is all smiles. Swamiji, I have come to the right place. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudhachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. See, praising, this is a hymn to Arunachala. So singing his praise, he has destroyed him also. idea of a separate form in the world. So, and he says always, Ulathil Olirum, he is always shining in the heart. Na? Though you see outside, he is in the heart. That is what we have to learn. Om Tat Sat Brahma